see.
Yeah, there we go. That. Oh, it clips. Oh, it still clips.
Nice.
Yeah, it's bothering me big time.
Oh, something finally bothering him.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll fix it. Probably
Really.
won't, but maybe he will.
Nope, I'm not fixing it. I'm gonna let it be.
He's gonna let
Maybe
future
I won't see
us
it from the
deal
bridge.
with it.
Hey, welcome back to another fantastic episode.
Really? Gonna be fantastic, huh?
Oh yeah.
So what was
What are we
we're gonna what? You kind of robot.
Oh, I said, what are we gonna do today?
Oh. Well, it looks like I was toying around with the new Sam War stuff when Jake was on the other
Ooh.
time. Because I was getting
That's right.
squirreled.
Space technology.
Yeah, some
Science.
of the new space tech. Something seems to be.
I have to hook up the rotor factory.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, what was that?
Oh, internet seems to be having fun time tonight, so we'll see how long this lasts.
Wait, you cut out.
I
didn't hear.
was saying the internet is having a fun time tonight, so I don't know how well this is going to work.
Well, at least if we're recording on both sides, we'll just slap it together.
Yeah, with the ums and pauses in between. Yeah, fun times.
That's right. I'm doing something.
Doing stuff and things, yeah. Was it the assembler or the manufacturer? I think it's the manufacturer I need for the part that I'm trying to do. Yeah, which is a big hulking machine.
Big old machine.
Just need to put it down to see what I'm building. Oh yeah, the SAM fluctuator, which takes wire, steel pipe, and reanimated SAM. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing the lazy way with SAM right now of just doing what you did with screws early on of a bare minimum setup just to get it working.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Until we need to really use it for something else, but for now, I mean, just to get through the research, that's what I'm doing.
Oh wow, that is so much screws. I'll take a screenshot of that.
Screws. What more screws? Huh?
Screws and rods. Yeah, I gotta take these and make it over to the rotor factory so we can get to the next phase.
Oh yeah, you gotta take the screws and the rods that we did last time and put them into the rotor machine that you created.
That's right, I did that off episode, but I did record it. I'll just do a speed up probably of that.
Maybe.
My brain dead face expression as I'm editing.
Yep. Yeah, editing mode versus gameplay mode.
Well, even gameplay mode is just like, it's like Hypnotoad.
Hypnotoad, huh? Yep.
That's what this game is. It's like, oh yes, game, I will continue to put belts. I will harvest it.
Harvest it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Ada.
Too steep.
There we go.
Oh, we're never coming back to the rod factory, right?
Don't say that, because I've been back to this area so many times, even though you abandoned it. I'm still stuck over here.
Just move on and get another base.
But you didn't want to do that. That's why we're renovating this one. Is because you wanted to didn't want to start from scratch. So
I didn't, but like it means that we can continue enjoying these resources that we have. We build new, better machines to get faster, but then we still have other resources trickling in, using up memory. Yeah. Something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be nice if it worked that way, but in reality, I mean, we have these resources, but in order to use these resources, we have to clean up the factory that we've got. Otherwise, we're just starting from scratch with iron and screw factory, which you don't want to do, which we just did.
Well, we got a blueprint now.
Yeah, we got a blueprint now for
Yeah, I guess we
cleaning
did just
up.
do that. See?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, look at all those screws getting on that belt.
Okay, so this always trips me up of setting up 4 resources to one machine instead of the
Yeah.
standard other stuff.
Oh, wow. I don't think we have any 4 resource machines in the map, do we?
We have one, I think,
Oh yeah.
which is for the
What is that one
motors.
making?
I think.
Oh, the modular engines.
Yeah, because it takes 3 items, but we don't have 4 pumped into it. We have 3.
Okay, got it. So not quite 4,
Yeah,
but using the 4 machine.
yeah, using the same machine, just for less items.
You could probably use that other hole to pump in twice as many of the items that it needs or something. If you could ever get it fast enough.
Maybe.
Probably would need to do that.
Well, this one only is going to take 3 items anyway, so it's not like it needs
Ah.
a ton of stuff either.
I wonder if I look over there, I'm going to see you building.
Probably. I'm just trying to
Just don't know
figure.
which way to look.
Not that way. Whatever way that was. Don't look that way. Yeah, I made myself a mess over here already, so I'm trying to clean up the spaghetti a tiny bit. I was squirreled and I was just wanting to do something quick, and that's when we get our spaghetti factory.
It's okay. We can always move to the other side of the map.
You say that, but then we move to the other side of the map and the same thing follows us, so
That's true. We'll at least have our rotors that we need and such.
yeah, we could. But we don't have our rotors that we need because they're starved right now for the resources. Which
How
is
many
what
rotors am I going to get after doing all this?
you should be getting 20
Yeah,
per
but
minute for motors.
20
It's going to go directly into
minutes.
motor production though.
Yeah, that's right. I am like maybe like 30% there
Okay.
with my, deluxe belt poles that I have.
Oh, your specialty nice poles that you got handcrafted in Spain.
That's right. Artisanal.
Yes, your artisanal designed poles to help clean up the spaghetti factory.
That's right. We have to do what we can to clean it up. Even though this is sort of adding more spaghetti.
Yeah. All right. I need to get myself some resources because I'm using them all up. Let's see. I need some rods and some plates of the normal variety. So
Yes,
plate
of the game variety.
of the early game variety, yes. Okay. Rod production was, I think, the next one over.
Rod production. Next one over.
Yep. Did you figure out where you need to input your belts into the rotor machine?
Yes, I did.
So does that mean I can disconnect the old rotor belt that's going in?
I think you can, yeah. Go ahead.
Nice. Okay. That'll be nice. I'm gonna leave some of it legacy though. Yeah. Follow it. It's so inefficient how that does that.
Yeah.
Because it comes down. So we hit a splitter, it goes into the train. But then it comes down, it hits a splitter. Yeah, it's splitting into the train and into the motors. There's so
Do we
much
actually
doing
need
that.
rotors
Yeah,
over at the other base? Huh.
I believe so for the smart plating. That's why we were shipping them over there.
They were shipping smart plates over.
We were shipping rotors over for the smart plate or for the engines. One of those two is
Got
got
it. Yep.
sent over. So we'll stop sending rotors down to the motor facility. So so they'll just get put into the sushi train. But why do they need to do it this way? They probably don't need to do it this way anymore.
Why did they do it this way?
Well, why did we do any of this way? Um, this is a good question. And it would help my sanity if I knew what you were thinking.
Would it really help your sanity though?
Well, it
Pretty sure
might.
wouldn't.
It might help if I knew that there was some sort of plan and design behind it instead of just place down to be placed down. But I'm guessing it was just placed down to be placed down, and then you branched off and came backward because you needed to run them to your motor facility.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was probably something like that. Where there was backtracking, as you mentioned. And
then you didn't put them on the train right away for some reason. So instead you brought them all the way down and part way put them onto the train belt and then continued further back for the motor facility. Like I said, it would be nice to know that there was some design put into it.
Some thought behind it. Instead of just
There was a
thought.
thought. It just wasn't.
Sure,
I'm just not sure what that thought was, or why you thought that the rotors would just magically come. But whatever.
I figured they eventually would come. Actually, it was totally like that. I'm like, yep, magic rotors are totally coming now.
Yeah.
And eventually, we'll have motors.
Eventually, Andy will just send me all the resources I need if I just ignore them long enough.
Yeah, I feel like we were trying to get to the game, to the bullets, right? It's like another one of those things where we just need them because we need them now.
You were rushing to bullets. I was still trying to keep things organized slightly. But every time I would work on something and try to make it pretty, you would be like, bullets, guns.
Well, let's stop working on pretty things. Work on the bullets. I'm glad we have bullets. But now, do you know what we're rushing towards?
Phase 3.
Yes. What did we get from phase 3?
Phase 4.
No, it's not like that. You're going to get your very own drone.
Oh yeah, drone.
From phase 3.
So that we can clean up the factory even more.
Oh, it's going to totally help with the cleaning. Yep. The dependencies can be all the way across the map now.
But we're going to need aluminum and batteries. You remember that problem?
Oh yeah. Yep. I called dibs on the next thing that requires. I think it's like sulfur. I got dibs on some of the other sulfur.
Well, why and where?
I don't know where, but next time I see one, I'm gonna go make myself a battery factory off somewhere.
Oh. Well, we're gonna need to
like
do it.
With the bullet factory.
We'll need bauxite and aluminum, that sort of thing.
Hey, is this clipping? Oh my god, it's not.
Is it clipping? Probably is.
I love how this is looking kind of like intentional, but like it's still. This is going to add to the spaghetti.
Well, I'm already adding to the spaghetti at the moment.
Yeah, just embrace it. That's what this game is.
I'm not
relaxing spaghetti.
Spaghetti and relaxing do not go hand in hand for people that like order and not chaos.
Chaos. Well, I like having enough
Mm,
rods to get to the end game so I can have drones. So I
yeah.
can make my special deliveries.
And in order to get there, you need to have some sort of semblance of organization.
Oh, we'll get there. That's what the sorting facility is for. It's gonna solve itself. Something something sorting facility, something something profit.
Must be nice living in your world.
Yeah, in my head.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I code at work too.
Uh-oh.
You know I do.
Well,
Already the
maybe
mentality's worn off on me.
maybe I'll get that user data that I requested. Somebody will send it to me eventually.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I'm like hell on fire right now.
I'm on fire. Ow, 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 ow. Good old portal
Yeah.
turret.
Oh god, it burns. Why?
Okay. Why are these rocks over here? That's my question. Because there's these rocks with these obvious grid lines on them that says put some explosives on me and blow me up to see what's behind you.
Oh yeah, exactly. What could it be? Could it be some delicious snacks?
Well, they blew up,
Wait, oh,
but I'm not
it's clipping.
still not quite sure what was behind them. Because I don't see a cave entrance. I don't see any slugs or anything.
Oh,
Were those the rocks of lies? Looked like they were just a bunch of rocks of lies. Usually there's something cool behind them.
there was nothing behind them?
Mm,
Nothing cool to collect? That
mm,
seems like I think we need to call customer service. Call
yeah,
Fix the corporation.
I'm gonna call Fix
Hey
It
man, we
HQ. Yeah, about the
thought there
only
was gonna be something cool with these
about
rocks,
the
but there was nothing there.
only thing I see is a hole. So possibly something cool. But it looks like this hole connects to other holes, so people have already been down here probably.
Oh, yeah. I bet you somebody came in through the back door. Ding
Yeah.
ding ding ding
Hmm.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah, there, I see a back door in. That's easier to get to than the rocks were. And if that's the only thing it was covering up, then somebody might have blown open the other side of the hole first and took whatever loot was supposed to be there.
Notorious.
Alright. Enough of that squirrel. Let's
Okay, there we
see.
go. That oh, it clips. Oh, it still clips.
Nice.
Yeah, it's bothering me big time.
Oh, something finally bothering him.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll fix it. Probably
really.
won't, but maybe he will.
Nope, I'm not fixing it. Screw that. I'm gonna let it be.
He's gonna let
Maybe
future
I won't see
us
it from the
deal
bridge.
with it.
Yeah, because I have one goal right now is to get the damn rotors done so I can move on to I don't know what else.
Um,
Shenanigans?
you're already doing the shenanigans because
I'm
I got
always doing
squirreled
shenanigans.
between you and Jake to do this over here, and then you took over what I was doing, which was trying to balance out the factory. So now you're just running
How did
whatever
this?
to wherever
Yeah, how
again.
did I get like? How did I end up doing the work? You know, you were supposed to be doing the work, and now you're having fun being scrolled out,
Uh-huh.
doing the cool discoveries in science.
Yeah.
You know, alien technology discovery, being a
Yeah.
whatever you call those guys that dig in the sand,
The Sam Orr and
archaeologists.
yes, the archaeology, trying to find out what the aliens were doing over here.
What were the aliens doing? Why did they do some weird stuff?
Okay, well, we've got at least a slow build of the next SAM thing, which is fluctuators. So fluctuators are being built now, automated. But I'm stealing copper wire and steel pipes I have dedicated to it, so that's okay. Let's see. Oh, because we're doing upgrades. That's what we want. Speed upgrades first or stack upgrades on our dimensional depot.
Oh boy.
Probably.
I don't know if I can answer that question.
Well, that's what we've got to figure out because I got to figure out what to use these summer sloops for. Do we want
What's better?
the
Stack upgrades? Can you
do we
explain those?
Okay, so there's a couple things. So we've got stack upgrades will let us add additional stacks of items to the dimensional storage. Um, the speed upgrade will allow us to upload items faster to the storage. But we probably need the summer sloop so that we can do production amplifier is what because Jake was saying something about you magically put a summer sloop on things and now you can double production. So that's why I got squirreled, is I wanted
Whoa.
to go down that rabbit hole of just plopping it down and now our rotor facility magically makes more rotors if it works that
Yeah,
way.
we need that. We totally need that. Yeah,
but
exactly.
but we're gonna need
More
more
screws.
summer sloops for that. So and I don't know how many are on the map.
Well, I brought one back to the base. Did you find that?
I have two, so I may have grabbed the one that you had stacked up with a Mercer sphere.
That's great.
Because somebody stacked them for art, and I grabbed the
That's
art
right.
art fixture.
Yep, that was me.
Okay.
Okay. I'm glad we have that figured out. I can go get more of those.
Yeah. All right. Where's my
That's
crafting
cool.
bench?
So we're just gonna have more rotors, right? What's the annoying thing we'd like to double? Rotors?
Um,
Be awesome.
there's a lot of things, especially as we get into the more advanced machines. Um, but right now I've got some alien matter clogging up my inventory, so I'm turning them into protein paste for inhalers.
Hmm. That's right. Always check your inventory. It's like drink water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, I don't
drink
have
some
any
water,
nuts.
stay hydrated.
Yeah, drink some adult beverage. Okay, the rotor factory is up. I got you 6 rotor machines. So 6 times 4, 24 rotors. Wait, what? No, hold on. Every 4 minutes you're going to get 6 rotors. So 6 divided by 4. God damn it.
we
Why is
need
it like that?
we need 20 total. So, and if you haven't built out enough rotor machines for 20, we need enough for 20.
But you said I only needed to put 5 machines down.
5 machines should produce 20 rotors per minute then. How much are they
That's what
set
it
at
says.
right now?
At 100%, it says, oh, okay, 1 rotor, 4 per minute. Oh, okay. So 4 times 6, 24.
So that'll make 24
So you get
rotors.
4 extra.
So you want to
Yeah.
throttle one of those down.
Oh, you wanted the exact amount?
I want the exact 20 because well, you could probably get away with 24 maybe because I've got extra production because of the screws and
We don't want to
the
saturate the belt.
well, it's 480 items per
Oh.
minute of the screws, and it's 480 items per minute of the rods. The rods can be handled for sure with that belt, but the screws we're already oversaturating because we were producing 500 per minute, right? So we're producing 20 extra screws per minute than the belt can handle.
Okay. I'm going to throttle it down. 220.
Yeah, because that should be
My brain hurts.
that should be enough to handle the motor machines you have over there. Um, all right. Let's Squirrels. Chase the squirrels, because I'm nuts.
Exactly. Squirrels.
Okay, so 100 of those is what I was trying to do because I didn't want to manually craft 100 of these for research. So let's go ahead and try out our production amplifier, which means I need to go back to the sorting facility and get 50 circuit boards, which we should have those because circuit boards have just been producing into a crate. And I'll get to check on how many advanced engines we have or don't have because of the lack of rotors was killing that production.
Oh yeah.
Because the now the full 16 rotors per minute that I was balancing in the back in episode 4 was dedicated. It was supposed to be dedicated for down here at the sorting facility. Was why I was doing that, so that I could make
Yeah.
the
Now it
smart
makes sense
plates.
'cause,
Yeah.
yeah, I watched episode 4 while I was editing, so now I remember all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
wow.
were asking me earlier as to why I was doing all of that, and it was because, and you thought deja vu of needing another 400 screws. Well, yes, we needed 800 screws per minute for the 2 sets of rotor production that we were doing because of those 16 I was producing wasn't enough, and your machine wanted to produce 20 more. So, which we've got rotors. Ooh, smart plates filled up a crate. So we filled up a crate of smart plates.
Wow.
That's
Great.
cool. Which then smart plates go into the the motors stacked up. Okay, so we're waiting for motors. So once your motor facility starts producing motors, we'll be going. So we're starved for motors right now.
Well, you're gonna get your motors now. It seems to be making them faster. However fast this is going to
We've
be.
got
It's hard to tell how many motor machines there are here.
148 completed motors so far with the shoddy production that we've got.
God, where do these motors go?
The motors should go into the sushi train belt that's underneath. That's a mess. I
We're
told you it's
riding
a
the sushi belt
mess.
through.
It's a mess.
Oh.
But the rotor or the motors should get on the train and should come back over here to the sorting facility, unless they're used elsewhere, which they could be used somewhere else. It is a distinct possibility that I have not accounted for.
Well, it looks like they're loading up onto the belt and getting into the train.
Well, let me
That means
see.
that over at the sorting facility, we'll have motors
I
for our next thingy.
motor. So if I search for motor in the O menu, it is used in they're used in rifle production. They're used in jetpacks, which we don't have either of those automated. And they're used for modular engines. So the motors should be coming over here to the sorting facility, which the way we have the sorting facility set up is it should fill the crate first, and then once the crates, well, it should be a split, a 50-50 split between filling the crate with motors and sending them over to the advanced motor system. Which for some reason there's 24 motors that aren't. So there's full stack of motors other than 24. So it's almost full of motors. And I need to go downstairs and check because we're pulling the motors out as we're putting them in. Yeah, so the motors should go first into. Well, they're going to split between going into the sorting crate so that we have motors for building things manually. And then they should go out to the machine. So once that crate's full again, it'll send motors over to the machine. So it was a crapshoot of whether we would get motors. That's why I started down that whole path of trying to get 500 screws and 60 rotor rods. And now we've got backed up rubber. So since the rubber and the smart plates are backed up, the smart plate machine isn't going to produce any more. So that's going to back up reinforced plates and rotors. So the extra reinforced plates and rotors, since the chest is full in the sorting system, are just going into the awesome sink right now. My circuit board factory is starved for plastic apparently because somebody was messing with the plastic in the previous episode.
Do you think that the bullet factory has anything to do with that?
I would bet money on it. Because yeah, there's zero plastic over here. So I have some circuit boards made, but we're not producing circuit boards anymore because we're not getting plastic. So I'm guessing you're stealing all the plastic for your machine, or the chest over here isn't full yet.
Well, I diverted 30 goop, 30 purple goop. Right?
Okay, so this.
I'm gonna go check on that.
Well, okay, so the storage container for plastic is full, but the belt has a bunch of items coming in, and I remember I set the train to bring the plastic in separate. So did that get messed up? No, rubber's still coming in correctly. Mm-hmm. Okay, nothing's coming from the train though, so we don't have any. Nothing's being offloaded on the train yet. But I have 2 trains that are going out and getting the resources from the oil facility. So as it brings those in, it puts them into the system.
I'm looking at the oil facility now, and I'm looking at the train, and there's plastic, but there's only 30 plastic and 30 rubber in the train.
So it's only bringing 30 plastic and 30 rubber per trip, ish.
Well, yeah, maybe, yeah. It doesn't seem like the belts aren't saturated.
No, they're not going to be, because you're stealing plastic for bullet production until you've got
Purple goop.
Well, the purple goop, I think, was that going into plastic production, and you stole it from that?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm looking at the pipes, and they're totally full of purple goop.
Okay.
So the 30 that I diverted isn't like hurting anything.
So I'm guessing we're not making max production of plastic. I guess we're only making 30, and then you're using them for your bullets, which will fill up until the belts fill up, and because we have them going into our dimensional storage.
Yeah, and eventually it'll stop using them. It'll stop, and then it'll stop making purple barrels because there's only 300 purple barrels in the system.
Right, because you stopped awesome sinking it like you were supposed to.
Yeah. Yep. And right now I'm looking at the thing that loads the purple goop, and it's waiting on 1 empty canister to run. So it's not even using any of the purple goop right now. So it might have been draining the purple goop, but now it's stopped. So maybe that's why the plastic production was down. So it still could be the fault of the 30 purple goop that I stole. I'm still investigating.
Okay.
God damn. It says this has 46 goop in one machine that's making rubber. So it's not starved for purple goop. And there's only 1 plastic machine. Do you know that? There's only like 1?
I had a feeling that it was probably just 1 machine and 1 machine for rubber. And eventually we're going to need to optimize that for computer production. So, I mean,
yes,
it's not adequate, but we were fixing other problems first. So
we are like right on the borderline too of like our power. It like tips up to 2700.
Okay, let me fix.
Like 2800.
Let me do this research. We might get an ADA line, and then I'll start looking into adding some more power.
I'm already over here. I could just do it.
Production amplifier unlocked. Every
I
single
wanted to like
manufacturing
overclock
and
the
smelting
plastic,
building will be
but I'm not
backwards
going to
compatible
because
with
there's not
this
enough
new
power.
technology. These buildings can now have a summer sloop embedded to increase resource output without requiring more input, at the cost of greatly increased power consumption.
Okay, so it comes at a cost.
Cycles make explosions into temples into explosions into temples. The spin sphere of woven windows. Each tiny body contains tinier bodies
Is there
until
enough
line
gas?
layers fold into curves which folds into threads which
Nope.
weave the tapestry. A song of lion, leaf, and flower.
Is there enough oil?
I think they're trying to explain energy to matter conversion theory, but you do not need to understand it to do your job. I'll just
Well, it
mute
seems
them
like
for
the
you
oil's
so you
totally
can
full.
continue your mission.
But now I have to do
However, will be taking
calculations.
notes. This is
This
fascinating
is using
material.
60 per minute.
Okay, thank you, Ada. So Ada
Thank you, Ada.
just explained that the summer sloops, you can use them now for increasing production at the cost of more power usage. So the cost is that you have to feed more power into the machine, but if you attach a summer sloop to it, then you can get more automatic production of an item.
For more power?
For more power, yeah. So you're trading power for increased production without increased input into the machine.
Oh, so that's different than an overclocker, where it requires increased input.
Yeah, the overclocker requires increased input, whereas this one requires no additional input except for power.
Yeah. Man, you gotta separate your game audio from the call audio so you can just mute me.
Well, I tried that, but
I
then
can't hear Ada talking.
yeah, I tried that with my audio source, but it caused problems.
I'm just talking over it, ruining the content.
Well, you should have got an Ada line though on your end.
I didn't, man. What the hell?
Maybe visit the
It does talk to
MAM
me.
machine and see if you get some voice lines by just looking at it. Maybe.
Yeah, like when I mean, it tells me about like these alien artifacts, so I do hear it talking. There's a man over here.
Yeah, it should have told you about
I don't
the.
need power.
It should have told you about the alien artifacts. I figured you didn't want to do power. If I can catch
I
this
don't care, but,
train.
like, God, it's just so much shit to do.
Well, we have to increase oil production to increase the production of fuel, because we balance the fuel for 8, and so we need 8 more generators. So
Only 8. I can probably figure that out. But I have to increase the refinery out, I think.
right, which is what
Run through the math.
which we need another oil node basically. There's pressurized oil, which we haven't done anything with. That's over there. And then we have the oil node that's doing the plastic and the rubber. So, but I have to come take a look and see because I would like power to be stabilized. I trust you, but I don't. I trust, but I have to verify.
What if we overclocked the oil output?
I wonder if we could do it with the summer sloop that we just unlocked.
I might see a summer sloop spot.
There's no summer sloop slot for it. Okay, well we could overclock it then. That's the other option.
Is that gonna hurt power?
It's gonna take more power, but so what is the current output per minute?
The current power.
No, the oil production per minute.
Oh, the output. Says that it's doing about 60 oil a minute.
Okay, so if you put
it's
in
up to 200 and something a minute. God damn.
So you're overclocking it. So, well,
overclock it with 1. It's now power is 70 megawatts from 40. And now it says that the flow rate, is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, the flow rate.
Now at up like 500 now. So it's staying at 500. Now it drops down.
So
on a pure node,
the other problem,
60. It really sucks.
The other problem we have is pipe. So we're limited on our pipe to the Mark II, which can do a capacity of 600 per minute. So if you're upping it we can up this all the way to 600. We'll do the full overclock. So it was not overclocked before you came over here, correct?
No, I just put these overclockers.
You just put the 3 in
Oh,
there.
you're fully
Okay.
overclocking it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
So what I want to
So
see,
now that's going to be 600 then.
right? So 600 per
Better
minute
reading it than I am.
of the oil. So now we have, so each of these machines for the refinery produces 40 fuel per minute at the cost of 60 crude per minute. So we want 600 divided by, you just sort of giving me a number and messing me up. 600 divided by 60.
Can we just stack these?
We can do 10.
Right?
We can do a total of 10 of these refineries, and you can stack them, but they're huge. They're like five walls, maybe 6 walls high. But you can just continue it. We have
I'll put one more on this side, make it 5.
we have 4, and we can go as many as 10 of them.
Well, how about I do 4 here, another on this side, and then we do another row on top.
You can do that.
It's going to be a good combo.
Okay, so they produce 40 fuel per minute, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks lined up.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, the arrows actually work this time.
Okay, so we have 4 before you do that, so that'll be. So we're gonna do 5 per row. So 5 times 40. 5 times 40 is 200 fuel per stack. So we'll have 200 fuel once you put down the 5th one. And so our 8 machines, they consume 15 each, I think. No, 20 fuel each. So we take 200 divided by 20 and we have 10. So I can, with one refinery, I can add an additional 2 power generators. So when you get that one hooked up, then yeah, I can power an additional 2 power generators. And then when you build the second row, then we can increase it from there. So if you get the one on the bottom done, I'll add an additional 2 gens.
Oh, I see what you're got. You want me to do that now?
Yeah.
I'll do it right now.
Because I don't want to mess up the fuel to power ratio.
Yeah, totally.
I'm
looking forward to having all this power.
Yeah.
So I can overclock the plastic.
Well, it's a question to ask though. Is can we use a summer sloop on the fuel production? We can.
Can we? Do you see a slot for it?
Yeah, there's a slot.
Wait, so we don't actually need to build. Well, we only have 2 summer sloops right now, right?
Well, we need to. It looks like a multiplier output of 1x, but we need 2 summer sloops to do it. I think. Let me put 1 in. With a 1.5.
Putting the summer sloops into power.
So it'll give us 60 fuel per minute with the summer sloop. But it's normally producing 40. So how much extra power does it use though? It's using 30 megawatts, and if I plug that in, it'll consume how much? Ooh, it doubles. It doubles the power of your device. So whatever you throw a summer sloop in, it's going to take double the amount of power to run.
Which would require more calculations.
Yeah, which would require more fuel generators. I'm not sure if it's beneficial or not. Because the other thing I wanted to do with this summer sloop was there's alien power generation where we can actually get some extra power for almost nothing. Let's see what that one's about.
Yeah, that would probably be more worthwhile.
It'll
Say
take
alien
another.
power.
We need 50 computers and 100 of the new SAM stuff that I was building. So I would have it. We need computers though. We would need 50, and those are a pain to build by hand. But then we'd get that alien power augmenter, so that's something we can work towards. But summer sloops are definitely worth it. So we do have an option of increasing fuel production for a summer sloop at the cost of double the power usage. But yeah, I'd have to redo the calculations and all that. So
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I think I'll just work on adding two power generators instead of messing
Yeah,
with the
let's do that.
overclock for now.
Yeah. You know what we could do is always. We may want those summer sloops for something else though. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we may want them at some point. For a specific resource, like on our computer machine. Like if we can
Yeah.
produce double the computers at the cost of extra power or whatever, that would be more beneficial, I think.
Or modular engines. We don't have to wait like
Yeah. So we can
8
increase
hours.
the production so that we can get more of them faster. Yeah. I can see some useful stuff there.
There you go. You got your fuel coming.
All right. I will
It's
check.
totally working. It's totally
not broken as you normally
not
do.
broken. Yeah, it's not like React.
Oh, it's definitely like React. Oh crap, I'm out of motors.
Yeah. React is so cool when you think about like components and stuff, but once you start building, it's just like fuck this shit.
Well, that's part of
Just like
life.
you're looking at other people's stuff, like why are you doing this to me? Why did you do this? Just so much stuff like 4 years ago they hooked this up, and if you disconnect it, it's gonna break a bunch of functionality. The QA is gonna be, calling you about why did you break this? Like that whole meme, like I deleted that thing. Can you please put it back?
Yes.
There's a comic.
But
I do a lot of that at work.
I don't
Deleting
know.
stuff like
Don't know what I deleted.
I'm the most senior person here, so people are like, "What'd you do to delete?" I don't know. None of us knows how it works. Well, I only know how 50% of it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm low
How
on.
crappy.
Well, I would have been happy if I had actually grabbed some extra motors when I was at the sorting facility, but now I'm handcrafting the motors. But by the time I get back there, our motor facility should be back up to production to where I can take them without affecting the advanced machines that we're making. So,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
yep, but until then, I have to manually craft like a caveman. So,
Yeah, ding 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 ding. You get that
yes.
sound effect?
Yeah, the ding 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 ding. Yes.
Ding 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 ding
Ding
ding
ding. Ding 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 ding
ding
ding ding. Yes.
ding 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 ding.
Before we get in trouble. Yes.
Okay, so I downloaded Odd Couple again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Odd Couple?
No, I haven't.
Man, you gotta watch that.
Cartoon movie. What is it?
It's a movie from the 60s.
Oh,
Now, I'm out of motors.
The Odd Couple. Yeah, the old movie. Okay, I've seen that one.
Download it again. Dude, like, it's about this one guy who is like a radio announcer and he's a slob, and then this one of his buddies, like in the group, is like a super like meticulous person,
Mm-hmm.
but he gets divorced from his wife, so he has to move in with the slob. So it causes all this stuff,
It kind of sounds
the
like
meticulous
the
guy starts
spaghetti
cleaning up.
factory that we're working on here.
Yeah. It's just like that,
Mhm.
So I just watched the first episode where they're like, they're not the first episode, but the first scene They're in the guy's slobby house. It's so nasty. My house is not this nasty. But he's trying to do a poker game with his buddies, and he just like his fridge broke for
Uh-oh.
2 weeks, and he hasn't fixed it. And he's like handing people like sandwiches that are like possibly gonna give them food poisoning. You know.
Well, thankfully
just-
yours
yeah.
your stuff isn't as bad as that. Might be an
it's
IRL,
pretty
but I don't know.
An IRL, no. I feel like Lana's like the dirty one, but I'm pretty bad too, though. So actually, I'm kind of the dirty one. Don't tell her I said that.
Okay, I will. So that's the oil
you will.
extractor that I'm running into. It's doable. I'm just gonna go with it for now. Need to expand power in the other direction or up vertically next time. So
I just hate it when you need to craft motors and you have no stators on you.
I keep stators on me, so I don't know what your problem is.
I'm gonna keep them on me now.
I keep stators and rotors on me in case I run out of motors, so that I don't have to manually craft those things. But then I also keep the plates and rods so that I could craft the stators and rotors if I needed to. I basically keep the stuff that so I can craft whatever I need when I'm out and about if I don't have the thing I'm looking for the most part. Let's see, I need a stackable pipe. And then he said that he upped the production. But I don't
I
know
did actually. That's the one thing I did finish doing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a little bit of game magic here. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Stators. An airplane is flying overhead. Oh, helicopter,
Nice.
actually.
Nice.
Must be nice, assholes.
Well, maybe they're
How's the
doing
view
it.
from up there? You're lucky.
Maybe they're saving somebody.
Oh, maybe. Oh, wire. Notorious. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Cool, no problem. Now just come back and I'll have all my stators done. Oh, yeah, I need my rotors too.
Okay, so
Another
valve.
one of these.
Gotta put a valve on here.
Notorious.
And try to use the crappy UI that they built into this game to try to adjust to 20, which it won't let me enter a number. So I have to use a slider.
Oh, I thought they fixed it to where you can use a number.
Not on the
I
valve.
feel like they updated that. The valve felt like it was like upgraded.
Oh.
And it let me type a number.
Oh.
Yeah. You like that?
Nice.
Pretty nice, huh?
I was using it like before. I'm like cavemaning it. I'm like, I gotta manually adjust this lever here. And it's like, because it's annoying. Oh, thank you. Now
good job, folks.
now I can go through and thank you, Fix It, for quality of life improvements here. Now another quality of life improvement.
Wait till Christmas.
Yeah. Now I will say that it would be nice if they would add copy pasta to the valve, not just the entering, but I'll take the entering over the copy pasta. So
yeah, that would be nice.
Because now I can go into each of these valves and set them to exactly 20 per cubic meter, so that only 20 is going to each of the fuel systems instead of trying to take 300 to the fuel system and having to manifold it over to each power system. So, which works, but it's a pain when you want to balance out power. Alright, so that part's fixed now, and now I'm going to add 2 new power poles, and we should be going with power again for a little while, until I just need to figure out how I'm going to do the next 8. Probably going to have to stack them like we're stacking the bigger refineries. So that's a possibility of what I'll have to do. Gotta stack them all.
Gotta stack them all. Stack him on.
Stack them. Okay. So that should be covered now. And they produce how much power? They produce 250. So adding the 2 new machines of 250 times 2 is an additional 500 power per minute. So we're
500 power.
yeah. So we're now up to 3,400 megawatts of power produced. So that keeps us going for a little while until you get the other refineries going, so we can do another 8 on top. So good for now on that. And then, well, there's 10 of them, I should say. So yeah, the next time I put 10 more machines out here for power, I'll have to stack, which means I'll also have to use some power to boost the fuel up, which you're probably going to run into here in a minute, of needing to
pump up,
pump the oil liquid up to the machines. So
yeah, we're going to waste power on that.
yeah.
Well, it was worth it for having a compact design.
And our batteries over here are, these batteries have no connection. So what happened to these batteries?
Oh, really? There's no connection on the batteries?
They're all connected to a pole. And the pole is maybe
well,
the pole.
They look like they have power, Andy. I mean, the battery bars are full on these, from what I can tell from here. Is that why they're not working? Oh, I wish I had another drink that was cold.
Well, it says on the graph that there's no connection when I click on these batteries. Oh, that one's consuming. This one is no connection. I guess there's no connection when it's not needing to consume power.
Yeah, maybe.
That one's consuming. Or it could just be that one battery is bad.
Batteries. Before I leave here, I'm going to try to put some more stacks of batteries in.
That one, the first battery I came and looked at didn't have a power connector connected to the pole, so it got missed. Yeah. So that one battery had no connection because there literally was no connection to the power grid. So the rest of these are connected, but that one that I stopped on and was looking at it and was wondering what was wrong with it, it was because it was never connected. Okay.
I'll have to remember that when I go to hook those up.
Might have been an issue in the blueprint or something with that when it got put down.
Probably something I missed.
Okay. So yeah, we've got at least some extra power production now.
Extra power production, yay!
But we're gonna have to come up with a good design for additional power, because probably stacking them will be the better option. But like I said, pumps, we'll have to use pumps. We could do the water tower method. Have you seen that chip before?
Yeah, I could probably fit a water tower right in here.
Yeah, so as long as you pump them up, you make it the highest point, and as long as you pump it up to that highest point, bring a pipe and bring it back down, then anything lower than that will automatically get the power because it'll equalize. So
does it have like do you think it has the siphon physics?
It has yeah, siphon might be, but it has the equalize for sure. So the calculations of fluid of it trying to equalize in the pipe. So as long as your pipe is, if you've pumped it up to the highest point, then it will overflow and go down and siphon into everything evenly. But yeah. So
Okay, let me try that. I don't even know how to get a pipe to go up like that.
So
it's gonna be a learning experience.
You can attach it to a wall, or you can just build foundations up and just build that. But it's gonna have to wait for next time, folks. So if you liked what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us how we're doing, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
See you next time.